The wooden sign outside the county fairgrounds read, "Retired K-9 Unit Auction Today." Most people walking past thought it was a fundraiser. A few even smiled, imagining well-trained police dogs finding peaceful homes. But inside the fenced yard, the truth felt heavier than the humid afternoon air. Rows of metal cages lined the gravel lot. Inside each one sat a German shepherd. Some had graying muzzles. Others still looked strong, alert, ready to work. But none barked. None growled. They just watched. Their eyes followed every uniform that passed. Buyers walked between cages, murmuring like they were inspecting used equipment. Too old. That one limps. This one might still breed. Near the end of the row, a large shepherd pressed his nose against the bars, ears low, tail still. His tag read K-9 Valor. A faded scar crossed his shoulder, the kind earned in service, not in comfort. Then a patrol truck rolled through the gates. Officer Daniel Reyes stepped out, adjusting his duty belt. He froze when he saw the cages. "No," he whispered. A deputy approached him. "Didn't know you were coming, Reyes." "What is this?" Daniel asked, voice tight. "Retirement auction. Budget cuts. New contracts. Same old story." Daniel didn't hear the rest. Valor had seen him. The dog's ears shot up. His body trembled. Then came a soft, broken whine that sliced through the air. Heads turned as other dogs began to stir, rising slowly, tails wagging weakly, paws scraping metal. They knew him. Daniel walked forward, heart pounding. "Valor, buddy?" Valor pushed his muzzle through the bars, licking Daniel's fingers, crying softly. The sound spread. Dogs up and down the row began whining, some pawing at their cages, others pressing their bodies against the doors. The crowd grew uneasy. "They're reacting to him," someone murmured. Daniel turned to the auction platform just as the auctioneer lifted a gavel. "All right, folks, let's begin the bidding." "Stop." Daniel's voice cracked across the yard. Every dog went silent. "I will take all these retired police dogs," he said. And suddenly, every eye was on him. The auctioneer blinked. "Officer, that's not how this works." Daniel didn't move. "Then explain to me how heroes end up in cages." A ripple moved through the crowd. Phones lifted. Cameras rolled. Behind Daniel, Valor let out a low, trembling whine. Another dog barked sharply, then another. It wasn't chaos. It was desperation. "These dogs served," Daniel said. "They tracked missing kids, found explosives, took bullets meant for us. And now you're selling them like surplus gear." A deputy stepped closer, lowering his voice. "Wraith, stand down." Daniel turned. "Where are their handlers?" Silence. "Where are their medical records?" The auctioneer cleared his throat. "Buyers assume responsibility. So you're hiding something." A tense pause hung in the air. Then an older deputy muttered, "They didn't fail evaluations." Daniel froze. "What?" "They passed," the deputy said quietly. "County signed a contract with a private security firm. They want younger dogs. County gets funding incentives." Daniel's jaw tightened. "So they forced early retirement." No one argued. Valor pawed at the cage door, whining louder. Daniel knelt, gripping the bars. Memories slammed into him. 3 years ago. A warehouse raid. Gunfire in the dark. His partner, Officer Malik, hit and bleeding. Valor dragging Daniel to cover, then standing guard over Malik until backup arrived. Malik hadn't survived. At the hospital, Daniel remembered Malik's last words. "Promise me, you'll look after him." Daniel swallowed hard, pulling himself back to the present. "They're not retiring," he said. "They're being replaced." A woman in the crowd covered her mouth. "That's sick." Then a sudden crash rang out. One of the shepherds, K-9 Rocco, collapsed inside his cage, legs shaking, breath rapid. His eyes were wide with panic. "He's having a stress episode," Daniel said, kneeling beside him. "He's traumatized." The crowd shifted. Sympathy replaced curiosity. Daniel stood slowly, voice steady now. "This isn't an auction," he said. "It's a betrayal." Before the auctioneer could respond, black SUVs rolled through the gates. Doors opened. Men and women in dark jackets stepped out, badges flashing. "County Internal Oversight," a woman announced, striding forward. "This auction is suspended." Gasps spread through the crowd. The lead investigator stopped beside Daniel, scanning the cages. "Officer Reyes, we received your report." The auctioneer stammered, "This is authorized." "Not with falsified retirement paperwork and suppressed medical files," she replied sharply. Deputies moved to unlock cages. Metal latches snapped open one by one. Valor stepped out first, pressing against Daniel's leg, tail wagging for the first time. Other dogs followed, forming a loose circle around him, as if instinctively choosing their handler. But one cage stayed closed. Inside sat K9 Echo, smaller than the others, ears back, eyes fixed on the ground. Daniel approached slowly. "Echo, it's okay." Echo didn't move. The investigator murmured, "Some dogs struggle after losing partners." Daniel nodded. Echo had belonged to Malik. Daniel opened the cage and stepped inside, kneeling. Echo trembled, then slowly leaned forward, pressing her head against Daniel's chest. "I've got you," he whispered. "You're not alone anymore." Echo let out a soft, shaking sigh and followed him out. Weeks later, Daniel stood on a wide stretch of land outside town. Fences had been replaced with open fields. Old kennels became shaded shelters. Volunteers laughed as dogs chased toys through grass. Valor ran past, strong again. Rocco played with a ball, tail high. Echo walked at Daniel's side, calmer each day. The investigator visited, smiling. "County officials are facing charges. These dogs are safe." Daniel looked at the pack gathered near him. "I didn't save them," he said quietly. "They saved me first." Echo nudged his hand. For the first time since Malik's death, the weight on Daniel's chest felt lighter. Around him, the retired K9 heroes ran free, not forgotten, not discarded, but finally home.